Alright, so I'm gonna just make this video real quick. Probably look back at this in the future, and you know what I mean? Be like, yo, something like that. But this is my first video on this channel. It's just an unfiltered video. It's just unfiltered me. I ain't gonna try to edit too much. I probably will do some cuts because I just I can't speak like that. But yo, I'm just breaking down my entrepreneurship journey, what everything I had to go through so far in these last few years of just me trying to do this. It's something else, man. Obviously, like you'll hear this from anyone that really just made it or like going to make it or just really ambitious about this whole thing, this whole journey. It's mentally draining. You're always gonna be battling with yourself. You're gonna have to fix your whole like everything, bro. Especially if you like I don't know, you just don't have that discipline installed in you. Uh, it's just gonna be hard. So these past few years, honestly, a lot of people say you can take it takes 6 months to get to it, and it does. For me, it took years. Right? I'm gonna just break down each era that I kind of went through right now, and I mean, they ain't really big eras, and it's crazy to think like when I was making this, I didn't think it was only been 3 years, but it's really only been like 3, 4 years of doing all this. Really, 4 years, entering 5 years though, which is kind of crazy, but at the same time, it's like this is where you start. So my whole journey, man, and I'm just gonna start off like me. I had like a pretty not advantage beginning. My family came to the U.S. in 2000. I was born 2003. My mom came here in 2000. So we were just, we were living in the bottom, Section 8s, all that. And then she got a good job. Started living in apartments and everything like that with the pools and stuff. So complexes, that better situation. That was like around like when I was 10, 11. And then my mom and my dad had split up. And then I moved to basically the ghetto, but uh, we were living in a house now, and it was a better house. So I went from Section 8 to a house, and the person my mom married was like my stepdad and everything like that. Um, but then right there, I think it was at that moment, like when I moved into that house, where I just changed as a person, which was like around 13, 14, and I just started understanding way more with just like how shit was ran. And my mom unfortunately became more masculine. I'm not gonna get too into like my personal stuff, but basically it was just a mess after that, bro. Like mentally, I just wasn't there when it came to what they were trying to push me. College, you know, I didn't see any job I really wanted to do in the future. Like I went to a trade school, I did plumbing, and I didn't want to do plumbing. I just wanted the most money. I remember like picking that specific trade simply because it made the most money, plumbing, and it will make the most money in the future. It's funny that I picked that, and I knew it was going to. But the most valuable skill there was marketing. There was a trade for marketing, and I didn't pick it. But looking back and looking what I'm doing now, marketing is easily the most valuable trade you can learn. And I don't know what they were actually teaching there, but yeah. So I'm gonna just go down the list real quick. The discovery era for me, I really say it started 2021, 2022. This is really when I say this is when I got my passion for entrepreneurship and I actually wanted to become like financially free and didn't want to work. Like I already kind of just broke that whole like 9 to 5 life for the rest of my life. It was at this moment, 17, 18, when I was like, I'm not living that life, right? So I call it the discovery era. I started to think if I really want to stay in plumbing. I got spiritual. I started meditating. There was one YouTuber that I'm inspired by. Anyone know spiritual soul Illuminati? That's like my favorite YouTuber of all time. When he had his whole transformation and everything like that, bro, I was with the whole thing. I was with the whole thing, and everything he was saying just started making sense to me. Like each time I listened, I just felt more connected, right? And it was really Soul Illuminati that started that for me. So after that, I started listening to entrepreneur books, psychological auto books, and just like spiritual books. I remember just really getting into those spiritual YouTubers. Another one was Vontu Cut. People that were just talking real. You know what I mean? Like I was just into those YouTubers, right? And then started making self help uh slash spiritual videos. I said videos twice, but yeah, I remember, bro. That's really when I started making YouTube videos, like seriously. I remember I was making those self improvement videos, bro. Like it was so corny looking back, but that's where I started, man. We all start somewhere, so that's really where I started. Not my YouTube journey. I always was uploading on YouTube like, as a kid, just like montages and stuff like that. I was a big YouTuber, not like a big YouTuber, but like big person, like passionate on YouTube. But yeah, went to a trade school, went to another trade school after I graduated one, which taught me life lessons. So this goes back to my family, bro. I'm not gonna get too into it, but they put me in situations where it was like, why? Like what is the reason? And this is when I really started paying attention. These people aren't really educated on a lot of things. I hate that I have to say that, but it showed. Like I started questioning their cognitive ability, like to think, throughout things, think things through. And, I look at their habits. This is when I really started looking at patterns like human behavior and became more aware of a lot of things. My parents they just wouldn't listen to anything I was saying. I was telling them I don't need to be here. I already went to a trade school. Why am I in another trade school? So, yeah, I started seeing the patterns on how the world works and became with more meditation. And yeah, this was also the time where I was off social media completely. So something that nobody can, like, people are now doing is hopping on social media, bro. At 18, 17, that's probably one of the most powerful things you can do. I instantly felt smarter. I instantly felt like I was better than everyone else. My ego was way too high at that time. Honestly, I just felt like the shit because I didn't feel controlled at all. Like I knew exactly what the world was at this time. I felt completely isolated, kind of alone, but felt good because I knew for a fact this is not the way, and I won't end up like this. So yeah, 1 year and 2 months exact. I felt like I was in a different world, man. It really felt like 1 month, 1 year and 2 months of not using Instagram, YouTube, nothing like. Well, I was using YouTube a little bit, but I was just to myself, man. Honestly, it was crazy. Uh, 2023 to 2024. So this, I would say, is my silent era. So I found myself isolated, uh, more isolated than ever before. Right, like nothing going on. Uh, I was also jobless at this time. I just came back from that stupid ass college, and um, I found myself jobless. I had to find a job. Well, eventually, I found one, but this is when I started. Before then, I started making reaction videos and gained 5,000 subscribers in under 2 months. And this is when I started realizing, obviously, I had crazy potential because I seen the formula immediately on how I started getting views. I just uploaded this video. It was Easy Mill. If anyone knows the rapper Easy Mill, he signed into Eminem's Shady Group Records. I never heard of him. He just popped up in my feed. I reacted to his music, and it just got mad views. No, no, Eminem dropped a song with him, and I reacted to it. And the fact it was Easy Mill, everyone just in the comments were telling me to react to Easy Mill's music. I was like, word. Kept on reacting to his music. It just kept on adding up, and I was like, oh, I see the formula, right? So I instantly saw the formula. It wasn't just Easy Mill. It was finding fan bases, like artist fan bases that are active on YouTube, that are like crazy active. So I found a bunch of them. Easy Mill was one of them. NF is a huge, like, his fan base on YouTube, huge. Eminem is another big one. it's usually the white rappers, which is funny. Like the white rappers have the biggest fan bases, which makes sense because they sell the most, right? So it just made so much. I started seeing the patterns. No one's seen this. No one still sees this, but that it makes sense, right? It makes sense. And NF was a huge one because I don't know, his fan base is crazy. He's about to actually drop in 4 days. Anyone could blow up and make money. Like I could make. I'm. I could show you my YouTube channel that I made 2 months ago and show you what it's at, but I'm not gonna do that. Here's the thing. Yeah, I was making money on YouTube. I got monetized and everything. It was cool. I was making a little bit cash. But I wanted more. I wanted more. Now, most of these reaction YouTubers, they're not making that much money. Like most of them are not making that much money. I wanted more. I knew there was a world out there. People are making 100K, 50K, like off of just real entrepreneurship, like talking to people and everything like that. So, like drop shipping, things like that. I wanted more. So, this is when I started Raypreneur, my entrepreneurship channel, tried business models and failed. I did everything you can name of. YouTube automation, faceless YouTube channels, copywriting, drop shipping, closing, you name it, I did it and failed. But then eventually I picked up growth operation, business model, and landed a client. And then I started school 2024, at the beginning of 2024. So barely made any money, but gained tons of experience. And this was huge for me because this is really when I felt like more of an entrepreneur because I built a not fan base, a community like around what I was doing, and I met people that were in it, like doing the same thing I was doing. They were watching my videos, and there was a lot of people inspired by my videos, which was like surprising. So yeah, I had good momentum, but unfortunately, I didn't have the discipline. I didn't have the discipline. I'm owning up to it right now. I did not have the discipline to wait. Now, part of it was I didn't partner up with the right creator. I already went through what me and my creator. Did I already talk about what me and my creator went through? I don't know if I did. Actually, I don't even think I did. But um, yeah, bro. Barely made any money, but gained tons of experience. I'm hella grateful because marketing is one of the most valuable skills in my opinion when it comes to this online stuff. You gotta market yourself in order to get paid. I learned a lot of that. I learned a lot of that there. So now we enter the action era, and that is basically right now, right? Started getting heavy into AI. Was still working with my client. Uh, I was marketing his paid community. I was doing the email marketing. I was doing leads. I was making websites. I was coming up with copywriting pitches, coming up with the lead magnets. Like I was doing all that, and that is really valuable looking back. But didn't get anywhere. got April, I got kicked out, and I ended up sleeping in my car. So easily was easily the most painful part. I didn't cry or anything though. I was actually more relieved than stressed because for the first time in my life, I actually felt like I can actually just chill and breathe, bro. Like there was a lot with that house where I literally felt like I was in a prison cell. So, um, yeah, but had to crash in my friend's crib. Eventually ended up my brother's crib, which is where I'm at right now. So, yeah. Uh, clients community wasn't growing because they refused to do things in a certain way, making them unscalable, which led to a separation. So me and my client, he was a really cool person, but uh, this dude, like, there's guys that just I don't know why they just feel like they know it all for some reason, and they want things done in a certain way, and it's like I understand your where you're coming from. You don't want to come off this way and that way and everything like that, but there were so many obvious things where I was like, bro, what is this guy doing? Like there was like moments where I was just like, I don't know if I can even keep on working with this guy, honestly. And it's nothing to throw shade at him. Like I'm not that type of person that like actually he was a really cool person. He actually taught me a lot of things, hearing his perspective on a lot of things. But there was like moments where people would get banned in the community. Like I had to ban some people in the community off of just like words he said that probably rubbed him the wrong way, or things that other people said in the community that rubbed him the wrong way. And the situation, like how he handled the situation, was not the best way. And there was some posts he would sometimes put up, and I would just be like, what are you saying? Like there's some moments where I was like, what is this guy even? This is not professional at all. Like there's some real unprofessional moments, right? So um that made me started like seeing like, oh shoot, I can't stick with this. And so I eventually just separated. Um After that, started to get into video editing more, try to get professionally into it, and but I didn't stick all the way through. So I paid for this course. It was like 40, 50 a month, and I stick to it for like 3 months. And I actually learned Premiere Pro. Now I use Premiere Pro for editing all the time. But I was not gonna do video editing. Like imagining doing video editing, it just wasn't gonna be like something I would want to do. And it's funny because I started off video editing like way back, like editing clips for people, like Fortnite clips and stuff, montages. I did that, but I did not want to do that all the way through. Like it reminded me, like, yo, the reason you didn't want to do this because you just don't see yourself doing that. So yeah, try getting into thumbnail design right after, but didn't stick through because I laid my eyes on something extremely sexy, and this is where we are currently. I learned about NAN, which is a no-code platform that you can just connect anything to, like any API, any services. You can connect them and started visualizing the opportunities. I've been working on building my skill set when it comes to NAN and automation as a whole. I've been studying use cases for AI and how people are. Jeez, totally forgot I had a timer. I've been studying use cases for AI and how people are positioning themselves to get paid. And I've been learning voice agents, RAG agents to be specific, automatic scrapers, agentic logic, etc. So I've been learning a lot when it comes to AI, and I mean, it does scare me a little bit because this bubble is about to pop. In my opinion, I've been doing my own research. This AI bubble is gonna pop. I'm not even gonna say it might. No, it's gonna pop. Like these people are not playing smart at all, and it's just money driven. Most of these people are just money driven for no reason. It's power too, obviously. So, um, China is winning with the AI race. We know this. People are just moving retarded, but yeah, that is the situation I'm in right now. So I'm not rich. I don't have any money. I haven't even made any money off of this NAN stuff yet. But this is my journey, bro. Like I made money off growth operation. The most I probably made out of this for me is like 500, and that was off a year, so not good at all. And then everything else I failed out besides reaction videos, which the most I made out of reaction videos was probably like $800, and that's the span of 2 years. But I haven't been active on it, so there's that. So yeah, that's my that's everything, bro. That's my journey right now. That's my journey. Maybe I'll build off of this, you know. But yeah, man. So this channel, it's just gonna be anything, bro. It's gonna be me talking about what I got going on, not just entrepreneurship, just in life in general. And yeah, bro. Like I don't even know what else to say. Like this is just my life. It's my life, man. Anyways, yeah. Peace.